Hello, hello, hello. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Weird. Perhaps we should start from the beginning. Ancient footprints in stone. Did humans walk the earth millions of years ago? Gigantic beings who might have lived during the time of the dinosaurs. For years, claims have been made that fossilized human footprints, some of them more than 20 inches long, occur alongside dinosaur tracks in the Biloxi Riverbed near Glen Rose, Texas. The prints, first found in the 1950s by a local rock hound, suggest that a race of human beings more than 8 feet tall once lived and interacted with prehistoric beasts as far back as the Cretaceous period. Yay, you could finally hear me. Good. I don't even know what happened to the sound. Weird. But hey, we're back on. Thanks, UFO Bigfoot. Thanks, Rob Smithhart. Sorry about the crazy tech issues. Such finds conflict sharply with a standard geological timetable that states humans did not evolve until about 500,000 years ago, more than 65 million years after the dinosaurs became extinct. And like I was saying before, when you couldn't hear me, these tracks actually show that humans and dinosaurs did coexist. And like I was saying, like on the Mayan temples and stuff, there's stegosauruses and such carved in the temples, and that just proves the Mayans only carved what they saw, what they witnessed. And so I truly do believe that dinosaurs do still exist. We have the pterodactyl flying around, and then also here in the Four Corners area, people have taken pictures of little wee dinosaurs. They look like little baby T-Rexes running along the grass and stuff, like along the road. It's pretty interesting. Yet thousands of giant man tracks have been found in the rocks along riverbeds from Arizona to Texas to Kentucky and Mississippi, leading some experts to theorize that humans interacted regularly with prehistoric reptiles of old. Over 100 human footprint trails have been studied in the Biloxi River area, while a site in Utah suggests these long-lost ancestors might have actually worn clothes. What? I don't believe it. Clearly, if these ancient footprints in stone are genuine, then something must be wrong with our fossil records. Otherwise, how is it possible that man-like creatures roamed North America millions of years before the emergence of Australopithecus in Africa and Asia? While some scientists have dutifully examined the Glen Rose rocks and others, most refuse to consider the possibility that human beings and dinosaurs coexisted. Were this momentous statement true, were it true, the names of its discoverers would thunder down the corridors of time as individuals who made one of the most outstanding discoveries of the 20th century, says Ernst Mayr of Harvard University. Finding dinosaur footprints side by side with humans would counter evidence that humans evolved long after the dinosaurs became extinct, and back up the claim that all species, including man, were created at one time, reported a Nova television special entitled God, Darwin, and the Dinosaurs. On June 1st, 1968, William J. Meister, a drafting supervisor and amateur geologist, was searching for trilobite fossils near Antelope Springs in the mountains of Utah, where he unearthed an amazing find: a rock containing human footprints along with fossilized trilobites. Even more amazing was the fact that at least one of the footprints appeared to be wearing a sandal. The footprint measured just over 10 inches long by 3.5 inches wide at the sole and 3 inches wide at the heel. The heel print was indented in the rock about 1/8 of an inch more than the sole. According to one observer, it was clearly the right foot because the sandal was well worn on the right side of the heel. Several easily visible trilobites were in the footprint. Goes to show. Since trilobites became extinct many millions of years before the evolution of Homo sapiens, Most scientists understandably are reluctant to even consider the authenticity of the Glen Rose, Antelope Springs, or any of the other thousands of tracks reportedly found by conmen and pranksters. Most paleontologists who have examined the disputed impressions declare them to be nothing more than partially registered dinosaur tracks, natural depressions, or, in many instances, outright fakes carved by local residents to sell to tourists. Seriously, give me a break. Okay, is this working now? Let me look. Hello, hello, hello. Yep, it's working. Oh, but this is weird. Background music isn't coming through. Weird. Kubin agrees that the Antelope Springs specimen does appear to contain several real trilobites, but adds, the print itself is questionable on several accounts. Upon closer inspection, the overall shape is seen to consist of a spall pattern in the concretion-like slab, similar to others in the area. There is no evidence that it was ever part of a striding sequence, nor evidence that it was ever on an exposed bedding plane. Yet some anthropologists have argued for years that the traditionally accepted time frame for man's existence on Earth is no longer satisfactory.
I need some help with these again, but I got
What?
on my arm.
Uh-oh. All right, I gotta help Lily really quick. Give me a moment. All right.
It's like,
Jeez, oh Pete, bug.
like on my.
Oh, sorry.
That's all
I got most of them.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, you still got some. Here, let me see your thing.
All right.
It's okay, bug.
No, it's not, Mom.
There's some in here too.
There's one in there. That's all that was left in there.
Where'd it spill?
On the couch.
We'll pick it up off the couch.
Well, I can't because the cushion was like this.
So it's in the crack?
No. Like this. I can't pick it up on the floor.
I'm sorry. It's okay. We'll get more candy. Oh my goodness. She's having an utter breakdown. Jeez, oh Pete. Complete and utter breakdown. Sorry I scared you off. Yet some anthropologists have argued for years that the traditionally accepted time frame for man's existence on Earth is no longer satisfactory. Some creationist-leaning scholars make arguments that various races of humans have appeared on Earth at different times, some of them perhaps millions of years ago. These fanciful arguments are usually ridiculed by mainstream scientists, who generally hold that man originated in Africa at some remote time in the past. Then, between 12,000 and 30,000 years ago, began a slow migratory trek that took them first to Asia, then across a now sunken land bridge into Alaska and the New World. But that theory has come under fire in recent years. New evidence is emerging to indicate that man might have arrived in the New World much earlier than thought, and that he came by boat rather than walking from Siberia and down through Canada during the last ice age. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but in the Grand Canyon, there's a cave there, and they actually have, a lot of the Grand Canyon quartered off to where nobody can go there because there's a cave. And at first, when they found it back in the early 1900s, it was like Mr. Powell, and I can't remember the other guy's name, Sandusky or something like that. Anywho's, they thought it was Tibetan or something like that, but it's actually been linked back to ancient Egyptians. So that's pretty intriguing. I'm sorry, I'm going to check my sound again because everybody keeps going off and I'm not quite sure what the crack is going on. I don't know what is going on. What the heck is going on here? And why can't you guys hear the music? Freaking weird. Let me check this. Communications, audio headphones, default microphone. Yep, looks like that's working. Voice meter aux. Still, there's no music playing. What the heck? What the heck is going on? Weird. Yeah, guys, I don't know what exactly is going on with the sound, but it seems like it's messed up. Sorry while I mess with this really quick. Trying to get this working. Headphone. Voice meter aux input. Maybe this will work. Yeah, still not showing any music. I don't know. It was working last night. Didn't know what the crack happened. I broke it. But the theory has come under fire in recent years. New evidence is emerging to indicate that man might have arrived in the New World earlier, and we were just discussing that, how Egyptian tombs and such have been found in the Grand Canyon. It's pretty freaking amazing. One group of scientists even theorized that North America's first inhabitants may have crossed the icy Atlantic Ocean in ages past from Europe's Iberian Peninsula, belonging to a group known as the Solutrenes. These pre-modern explorers are believed to have originally settled the eastern seaboard, then gradually spread as far as the American deserts and Canadian tundra, perhaps even into South America. Such thinking has led to radical new ideas concerning the age of man in the New World. Jeffrey Goodman, an engineering archaeologist from Tucson, Arizona, now thinks it is possible that humans first developed in North America, then migrated westward towards Asia in the New World. Dr. Goodman bases his theory on many individual bits and pieces of information in the archaeological records, which, taken together, serve to fingerprint and document specific migrations in reverse. He added, based on the evidence now coming to light, I believe that there was a migration in reverse. Instead of nomadic hunters coming from the Old World to populate the New World, the Paleo Indians from the New World, the first fully modern men anywhere in the world, traveled to the Old World and woke it from its sound evolutionary sleep. But even Dr. Goodman and other American first theorists are unable to account for the enigmatic presence of human footprints in stones, deposits believed to be many millions of years old. These timeless tracks in stone remain one of the greatest mysteries of our time. Very interesting. Hello, 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 hello. I hold the stereo. Hello, hello, hello. Yep. Let me check this out. Dee, 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 dee. Try to fix the audio. Yeah, I have no idea why this back music isn't coming through on YouTube and stuff. Freaking weird, guys. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Hmm. In search of mammoth. When Thomas Jefferson sent explorers Meriwether Lewis and William Clark on their now famous expedition to the Pacific Northwest in 1804, his instructions included an unusual request: find, study, and, if possible, bring back a live mammoth. Like many leading thinkers of his day, Jefferson believed the lumbering, elephant-like creatures still roamed areas of the world, including the American West. He had seen the remains of some of these shaggy brutes with his own eyes. Vast numbers of fossilized bones at Kentucky's Big Bone Lac left behind since the Ice Age, and was determined to find one. His obsession led to the construction of a museum inside the White House's East Room that he stuffed with tusks and fossilized bones. To complete his collection, he very much wanted Lewis and Clark to bring back a living mammal. When the 40 men did their expedition and returned in 1806, they brought back many exciting mementos, but no mammoths. Clearly, America's virgin territories sheltered no prehistoric elephants, yet we know that Jefferson's hunch was not so wide of the mark. We know that early Indians hunted and killed mammoths in the great numbers. Go back perhaps 15,000 years, the wink of an eye in a geological term, and we find a variety of proto-elephants trumpeting and thundering across the snow-covered tundra and plains of North and South America. This was the last of the great Pleistocene ice ages, which lasted from about 1.5 million to 10,000 years ago. During that time, the world grew very cold. Great sheets of ice, sometimes 1,000 feet thick, moved down from the north, gouging out the land. These harsh conditions were ideal for the development of giant mammals like mastodons and shaggy woolly mammoths that foraged the ancient landscape of present-day Idaho. Early American tribesmen, notably the Clovis people, actually attacked such megafauna with spears, arrows, and long knives. Clovis points, sharp, leaf-shaped, and fluted arrowheads have been found in the skeletal remains of American mammoths. Fortunately for the hunters, their prey were not flesh-eating predators such as the Tyrannosaurus rex, the fearsome dinosaur that lived millions of years earlier. Like today's elephants, the pro-elephants were peaceable creatures that ate grass, leaves, and shrubbery. That's the password, if you need to know. It's shrubbery. Most paleontologists believe elephants evolved about 70 million years ago from a pig-like swamp-dwelling mammal. About 2 feet high, called a Moritherium. The Morithiers flourished during the Upper Eocene, when most of the Earth's land surface, according to theory, was connected into one supercontinent called Pangaea. Millions of years after Pangaea broke up and the continents drifted apart, there emerged the famous woolly mammoth, the mastodon, and ultimately today's Asian elephant and the African elephant. In the minds of many scientists, These giant creatures of the Ice Age might have lived on forever had it not been for the arrival of a deadly predator known as man. From about 20,000 years ago to about 6,000 years ago, almost all of these lordly mammals died out. Or did they? Indian legends told of encounters with gigantic five-legged beasts. What the crack? 5 legs? What the crack is that? Which some researchers took to mean elephant-like creatures, perhaps mammoths. The Chicamaca tribe of Louisiana believed that a long time ago, a being with a long nose came out of the ocean and began to kill people. It would root up trees with its nose to get at people who sought refuge in its branches. The Penobscot myth told of moving hills without vegetation that turned out to be, on close inspection, great animals with long teeth, animals so huge that then when they lay down, they could not get up. Other Indians related legends about how the great beasts were driven into a distant land by God after the giants had all died off, which I'm telling you, giants still exist. I just heard a scream. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, I gotta go check on Lily. She's out there by herself, and I gotta make sure everything's okay. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Sorry, guys. My dog's being a hag. Oh, jeez. Can I get a friggin' break? Weird. All right. Could that distant land be the unexplored wilderness beyond the Appalachian Mountains? That was thinking of President Jefferson, who in 1803 had acquired 800,000 square miles of trans-Mississippi territory from the French. In such vastness, he reasoned, there is surely space enough for such creatures. Some scientists think that mastodons or mammoths continued to range certain parts of the United States until about 5,000 years ago, when they were probably driven into extinction by Stone-Aged people. However, earlier this century, speculation ran high that in some remote corner of the world like Alaska or Siberia, mastodons or mammoths might still be found alive. In 1918, an elderly Russian hunter told the French consul in Vladivostok that he tracked down and killed a huge animal with big white tusks that were very curved. The mysterious creature had dark chest-colored hair, which seemed shorter in the front. Could this have been a real mammoth? Perhaps, some scientists acknowledge, pointing to recent discoveries of frozen mammoth cadavers excavated in 30,000-year-old ice crevices in Siberia. One 40,000-year-old baby mammoth found in eastern Russia in the late 1970s was so well preserved that the body was virtually unaffected by decomposition. Are there other giant creatures from the Pleistocene hiding somewhere? Early European explorers reported seeing elephant creatures in North America, but provided no proof. However, it is known that the dwarf branch of mammoths survived on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Sea north of Siberia until just 4,000 years ago, about the same time the pyramids were being raised in Egypt. And, there are reports that there is a pyramid there up in, not Alaska, basically up in the North Pole and the Arctic. Thunder of the Gods. For centuries, people living in the central Montana Rockies have reported hearing strange sounds echoing across the higher elevations. Some say the noise resembles the discharge of a cannon. Others liken it to cracking ice. The Indians called the mysterious noise thunder of the gods. Whenever the sounds were heard, they said it meant the gods were angry. When explorers Meriwether Lewis and William Clark heard about the old stories on their visit to the region in the early 1800s, they dismissed them as superstitious prattle. Then, in June 1805, as their expedition pushed deeper into the Rocky Mountains, the famed adventurers began to reconsider. We have reportedly and repeatedly heard a strange noise coming from the mountains, they wrote in their journal. It is heard at different periods of the day and night, sometimes when the air is perfectly still and without a cloud. It is loud and resembles precisely the sound of a 6-pound piece of ordnance. Some decades earlier, Daniel Jones of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences studied similar occurrences near the West River Mountain in New Hampshire. Peasants there became obsessed with these oddities. Jones noted, adding that the sounds were similar to inexplicable booming noises heard during colonial times near what is now Hartford, Connecticut. Sounds the Indians called mudas, meaning strange noises. Loud, unexplained noises that shattered windows and rattled houses are nothing new in the lore of strange phenomena. Mysterious booming sounds go back thousands of years to the time of Aristotle, who wrote of strange subterranean noises that frightened citizens, sometimes jolting them out of their beds. The philosopher guessed that the strong winds were responsible, but subsequent theorists have linked these aberrant sounds to everything from collapsing riverbanks, falling meteors, ghosts, and cracking ice to earthquakes, falling boulders, and parts of the continental shelf falling off. The fact is, nobody knows for sure what they are, and that's what has a lot of people scared, especially folks living along the North Carolina coast, who've been hearing the sounds for years. We hear it all the time, a rolling, crashing noise that makes you think every window in the house is going to break, said Fred Schlesinger, a part-time resident of Bald Head Island near Wilmington. That's funny. Bald Head Island with the crack. Jim Lanier, director of the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher, said, "It's pretty dramatic. It sounds exactly like artillery fire, artillery guns booming way off the coast." The booms have been heard in almost every country in the world, known as fog belches in Holland. They go by dozens of names elsewhere. The Haitians call them gouffre or galfrey. The Nova Scotians, airquakes or sea farts. What? In Ontario, they are known as Cornwall thumps, while in Florida, they are just air sounds. British officials stationed at Barisal in Bangladesh near the mouth of the Ganges River knew them as Barisal guns, the name scientists generally use today when describing the phenomenon. Since the days of Lewis and Clark, scientists have tried unsuccessfully to solve the riddle of these mysterious Barisal guns. The most ambitious attempt was launched in 1978. That was a good year. By the Naval Research Laboratory at the request of U.S. Congress. Their conclusion, 2/3 of the events were caused by supersonic aircraft, even when no aircraft is nearby, while the rest were ascribed to known causes. Researchers have found that audible booms can be produced by an earthquake shockwave, which causes the ground to vibrate up and down, sending sound waves into the air just like a loudspeaker. By using a seismometer, microphone, and tape recorder during a 1975 California earthquake, David Hill of the U.S. Geological Survey recorded a boom from a shockwave that caused no obvious tremors. The sound was a soft rumble, sort of like distant thunder, said Dr. Hill, who thinks that most reported Brontides, the name used by Italians to describe the phenomenon, have been associated with earthquakes or with distant explosions, transmitted by freakish atmospheric conditions. Thomas Gold, an astrophysicist at Cornell University, agrees that many brontides have been caused by earthquakes, but his calculations show that to produce a very loud boom, an earthquake must be strong enough to be felt. Therefore, he reasoned, the earthquake theory doesn't account for loud booms accompanied by earth tremors, nor does it account for the many reports that mention booms along with flames. So Dr. Gold has revived a theory that was used at the turn of the century to explain the lake guns heard in upstate New York at Seneca. He suggested that some brontides are caused by high-pressure natural gas that escapes rapidly from the ground and explodes into the air, perhaps sometimes igniting into flames. Donald Steyerman, a geophysicist at the University of California at Riverside, who has studied the flow of gas underground, says Dr. Gold's hypothesis has no merit. Except in very special circumstances like geysers or mud volcanoes, gas doesn't escape from the ground quickly enough to produce booming sounds, he said. His guess is that most of the natural booms are caused by earthquakes. While scientists continue their debate, the Barricel guns are likely to go right on booming. That's right, guys. We just finished this book. We finished it. So we're going to have to move on to our next one. But yeah, so while I go and do that, oh, so hot. We're going to go to our music break. So on this break, we have Miss Mia Savage with her band, Antidote for Savages, and Miss Mia's quite talented. She reminds me of a little tiny Trent Reznor, but much prettier. She's going to be singing Your Skeleton, Our New Reality, The Murian Crypto, and Let Me Be Your Home. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break. What the crack? Beneath the neon light.
One day can we go to Cocoa Beach? Cause Mom, look, we need to go boating at Cocoa Beach.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, like it's okay. If you want, I need to show you. Let me just get to the car real quick. I also want here. It's called Glass Pebble Beach. Oh, Mom, look. It's normal water until you touch it.
Pretty
Look,
full.
see? If you touch it, if you touch the water, it glows. And
Ooh.
I just want to bring a cup of it home and just play with it all day.
Dang, look. all the shit that he brings. Animal. One more.
Take you far away from all this huff and puff. There won't be nothing in between our love, like a pair of doves flying high above, where nothing can touch us. Touching softly, don't let me go, won't let you go. Spend eternity with me, baby. Do you wanna go for a ride? Consensual sex, baby. Do you wanna go for a ride? Consensual sex, baby. You don't have to be alone. Healthy after boundary space, ongoing mutual consent. Happily will be bearing our souls, naked by the sea. We'll breathe clean. We'll be living, laughing, loving forever. Baby, do you wanna go for a ride? sensual, sexy video. Do you wanna go for a ride? Sensual, sexy video. You don't have to be alone anymore. We will be together. Let's go. Just get in the van.
Just get in the freaking van. Just get in the van. Let's go. Come on. Let's do this. Right, now I'm looking over here. Still nothing here, but whatever. Alright, so I found a new book for us to read. This one I also inherited from my grandpa Cookie when he passed away. More of Hollywood's unsolved mysteries. From Elvis, Marilyn, Jean Harlow, Nick Adams, and beyond, the true stories behind 9 celebrated cases. What does the cover say? All were celebrities whose legendary careers have been overshadowed by the mystery surrounding their deaths. Each of these stars was either murdered or committed suicide for no apparent reason, with most of the true facts never revealed to the press, the public, or the police because of cover-ups. You know how our government is. You will learn why Presley's autopsy reports, death certificate, and death scene photos were doctored or are missing, along with numerous other irregularities. If you look at the so over on Spreaker, and it might be on YouTube too, we had a guest on that was talking about the mysterious death of Elvis Presley, and he was going to do Marilyn Monroe, but didn't do that. He was going to do JFK, but didn't do that because there's so many crazy people out there that are trying to cover this stuff up. But what the FBI believes was responsible for Marilyn Monroe's death, and exactly what J. Edgar Hoover's personal files had on Kennedy brothers' relationship with the sex goddess and others. How Jean Harlow died at age 26 from something that happened on her wedding night to Paul Byrne 5 years earlier. How nasty, unfounded lies about Carol Landis' past lies spread by the bitches of Bel-Air suddenly prevented her from working, and why Rex Harrison denied his affair with Carol following her suicide over an unwanted pregnancy. How producer Thomas Eames was shot by a newspaper baron, William Randolph Hearst, with a bullet that was actually meant for Charlie Chaplin because of the comedian's attentions to Hearst's mistress, Marion Davies. So the author of this book is John Austen. He spent 30 tumultuous controversial years covering Hollywood for newspapers, magazines, radio networks, and trade journals around the world. He was the international editor for the Hollywood Reporter, and that's an internationally syndicated column. He is noted for calling his shots as he sees them, regardless of the toes he steps on. He was had recently appeared on numerous TV shows, including Inside Edition, Larry King Live, and Inside Report. John Austen's previous books include Hollywood's Unsolved Mysteries, The George Jessel Story, and Surrogate. He resides in California. Oh my gosh, there's so many pictures. I love pictures in books. So this book was written for Archie and Groucho. Whoever said people don't own cats, cats own people, knew of what they spoke. And for Chester, the little white wave, we will never forget. Rest in peace. Every unpunished murder takes away something from the security of every man's life. At the risk of losing something of a reputation as a prophet, the writer will predict that someday one of the scandal-scented mysteries of filmdom will be cleared up. Motion picture circles have suffered alike from scandal and rumors of scandal. Deaths from violence or by mysterious means have been hinted at but never proved. C. F. Adelsberger, Long Beach, California, 1932. The author's note and acknowledgments. The deaths recounted herein and the lack of motive or the absence of any discernible rhyme or reason for these deaths form the basis for more of Hollywood's unsolved mysteries. In some cases, dialogue between characters has been invented by the author, but in such fashion as to fit the scene being written in dialogue, which could have transpired between the parties, police, protagonists, antagonists, and others involved. Other dialogue has come from news accounts of the day about the murders, suicides, or whatever, and from the author's memory and the notes covering the death scenes as an accredited press representative in several of the cases. Dialogue has also been reconstructed from accounts of others who were present at some of the scenes. In any book of this nature, it is necessary to use this method. The author wishes to acknowledge the staff of Shapolsky Publishers and Ian Shapolsky for their guidance, help, and enthusiasm in bringing this project and the previous volume to fruition. In addition, many thanks to Marvin Page's Motion Picture and TV Research Service for locating most of the very important pictures that illustrate this book. No other research service could provide such exclusive illustrations of the past as those which appear in several chapters herein and in the previous volume. Acknowledgement also goes to SPC, which is Software Publishing Corp, and Professional Right 2.2, John Austin, Killenry, Killarney, Ireland, 1991. Contents. Okay, the fuck? What the crap is going on here? So, it goes over the contents. Holy crap. Yeah, I can go through these. I guess I should. So, the prologue. Cover-ups. A Hollywood Way of Life. Chapter 1. Why we wrote this second volume. Oh, let's first go to the oligarchy, or oligarchies. A form of government in which the power is vested in a few persons or in a dominant class or clique. Government by the few. The state or organization so ruled, the person or persons so ruling. Random House Dictionary. So, contents, prologue, cover-ups, A Hollywood Way of Life, Chapter 1. Why we wrote the second volume, threats following the publication or the first edition. What was the gist of the calls? Why we no longer live in Los Angeles? Why the threats mainly concern Marilyn Monroe? What was the plus side? The blatant cover-ups of the 20s and 30s. How did the Fatty Arbuckle affair of 1921 influence Hollywood and its future dealings with the police and the press? How much did Arbuckle handle cost the industry? Have cover-ups always been successful? 1. In Hollywood, it is suppressed. All right, so let's just go to the first chapter because. So this is Carol Landis in a scene from Hal Roach's 1,000,000 Years BC. And this was in 1940 in which she starred with Victor Mature or Lon Chaney Jr., a remake of the same film in the 1960s, created another star, Raquel Welch. Let's check it out. Look at her. Hello, boys. Well, isn't she fanciful? And this one says, Don Murray and Marilyn Monroe on location during the shooting of Buster. Look at her. She's so beautiful. She's so pretty. Just look at her. She doesn't even look like Marilyn Monroe. Holy shnikes. Prologue, cover-ups, a Hollywood way of life. And, Hollywood is crazy. As expected, we received many threats following the publication of Volume 1 of Hollywood's Unsolved Mysteries. All of the calls except one were anonymous, as they usually are. Callers of this nature generally do not have the courage of their convictions. The gist of most of the calls was, forget about ever making it in the industry again. You've had it. We never dignify such threats with a reply, as it was obvious most of the callers had been put up to it. Obviously, they had not read the book. If they had, they would have learned that we have retired from covering the film industry and no longer live in Los Angeles. They could care less about the day-to-day operations of the business. The closest we come to the industry these days is an occasional reading of the Hollywood Reporter and the Weekly Variety. We also received threats concerning Marilyn Monroe and the accusations revealed against the brothers Kennedy, President John F. and Robert, about their affairs with Marilyn. On the plus side, many astute questions were asked by the listeners of the 150 talk shows on which we appear to publicize Volume 1. A very good question listeners asked was, is there really a free press in Hollywood? The answer, of course, is a resounding no way. Many of the unsolved mysteries herein took place when Los Angeles and the surrounding communities had very corrupt police forces. The LAPD was supposedly cleaned up in the 1950s. Police. When William H. Ford took control. By then, the policies of the studios were already set. Bribes and favors were rampant from the 1920s through the 1940s, and although the scandals waned, the dictatorial policies of the oligarchy remained intact. However, with regard to the murder of Marilyn Monroe, Parker transgressed his own order-forcing rules in the hope of becoming director of the FBI during the Kennedy administration. We will go further into the Monroe murder in these pages. And a lot of people think that she took her own life, but pretty much got murdered. Hello, beautiful sister Sandra. In the cases of Thelma Todd, Jean Harlow's husband Paul Byrne, and indirect Harlow herself, there were blatant cover-ups, false death certificates, and missing witnesses. This applies as well to movie pioneer Thomas Ince and Carol Landis's death to protect a British actor and 20th Century Fox. In some cases, of course, there were no cover-ups, just no solution to the murders. These include the Black Dahlia, aka Elizabeth Short, and the still unsolved murder of Karen Kupcinet. Someone recently asked us, is that one really unsolved? These two and more, however, are the subject of yet another volume, along with Tough Guy, Steve Cochran, Barbara, Mrs. Mickey, Rooney, and Yugoslav Connection, and Robert Decker's Bizarre Death. The real reason for John Belushi's drug-related death can also be considered another of Hollywood's unsolved mysteries. I love John Belushi, he was so cool. So are the murders of Jose and Kitty Menendez, which were scheduled to come to trial in late 1990. New evidence being developed may even free the two sons, Eric and Lyle, charged as of this writing with the murders. There is still a lot yet to be written about the unsolved murder of William Desmond Taylor, while two authors within the past 5 years claim to have solved his murder. It still raises doubts. Nevertheless, under all circumstances, the industry has been protected. The general consensus is that major scandals could have an effect on the entire filmland community. This was particularly true in the 20s and 30s, when many of the unsolved mysteries recounted herein took place. The United States was in the midst of the worst depression in its history, brought about by the greed of stock manipulators of the era. The moguls, in concert, felt that any scandal involving Hollywood stars could affect the box office, something they could not afford. The Thady Arbuckle affair of 1921 is a case in point. Even though the rotund comedian was acquitted after a third trial, the fact that he was questioned about the rape and death of starlet Virginia Rape, or Rap, lost him forever the public's admiration as a screen favorite. Despite the acquittal, his career was over. Following this experience, the industry vowed never to let another scandal stand in the way of box office grosses. Withdrawing the Arbuckle comedies, which were already making the rounds of the nation, cost the producers and theaters millions of dollars, not to mention the Arbuckle films in the can and awaiting release. Fans who a few weeks before the scandal broke had been convulsed by Arbuckle's antics on screen now tossed rotten eggs whenever Flatty's image appeared. Ew, sounds gross. Considered classics, the comedies were never again to be seen on the screens of the world. His contract, which would have paid Arbuckle $3 million, a mega fortune in those days, was cancelled. At the age of 46, he died from a heart attack. It was then that the Arbuckle syndrome came into effect. Cover up through whatever means possible any future scandal that could hurt the oligarchy and the box office. Sometimes it has succeeded, other times the truth has prevailed. Many years after the fact in some cases, but for many of Hollywood's mysteries, the truth has managed to leak out, partially or in full. Unfortunately, however, not in most of these cases. So enjoy, which I shall. Ooh, look at her. A studio portrait of Marilyn while under the contract of 20th Century Fox. Look at that gorgeous babe. What a delight. Wow. Just check my sound over here really quick. Yep, that's working. Yep, that's working. Yep. Right. Fade in. Studio portrait of MGM of Harlow in the early 1930s. Look at you. Look at you, Miss Jean Harlow. One in Hollywood. It is suppressed. They, Hollywood's founding moguls, preached of the good, noble, and beautiful, and they thus fostered in their lives and works the evil, the ignoble, the ugly. There's not a reporter in Hollywood who could not rock the country by sitting down at his typewriter and recalling merely a portion of the things he knows. In a business reeking with incompetence and corruption, the excitement of the lads at having an uncensored Hollywood studio press is understandable. And that was by Douglas Churchill. Hollywood. The name invokes 1,000 fantasies, dreams of the good life, stardom, fame, fortune. Little does anyone understand the physical and emotional price that must be paid to fulfill these fantasies. The magic vision of mass acceptance and the good life cost many their lives. Marilyn Monroe, Tom Ince, Carol Landis, Jean Harlow, Nick Adams, the list continues endlessly, and for many, their deaths remain a mystery. In order for the reader to understand how the unsolved mysteries of Hollywood related in this book and in the first volume could have occurred, an important facet of Hollywood must be related. Decades dating back to the Arbuckle scandal of 1921-22, recounted in the prologue, many members of the Hollywood press corps have engaged in critical battles with those who rule the movie industry. During the 20s and 30s, reporters covering the industry were often the victims of vicious, well-calculated cover-ups. Hey, boy.
Are you still doing your show?
Yeah, I am.
Well, did you get me one of those helicopter feeds?
No, she was going to share it with you.
She's not.
Well, they're like $8 a piece, and I only bought one, and she said she was going to share it with you.
She's not. She's
Well,
acting all sick because the dog The dog spilled a jar.
Oh, it spilled her candy?
No, not her candy. Her candy is gone.
Pretty sure your shirt is on backwards. But yeah, it is. Anyways, tell her to share.
Oh, Mom.
Wilson.
Oh, I don't know what I was going to say.
Well, me neither.
I was just confused.
You guys are back pretty early from gaming.
Probably because we couldn't get to.
Oh. You guys just hang out with Kenzie or
I
what?
call it Dad's movie thing.
I'm sorry, boy.
Yeah.
During the 20s and 30s, reporters covering the industry were often the victims of vicious, well-calculated cover-ups. News was altered to suit the circumstance. Journalists were to believe that what Hollywood oligarchy told them, whether it was truth or not. Hollywood's media manipulation continues to this day. It is carried out by so-called power brokers. Egotistical agents, Michael Ovitz, founder of the CMHC, who control the distribution of information. Over the years, Ovitz has developed a stranglehold on most of the major talent in Hollywood. Ovitz, who sits like a little dictator at his semi-circular desk in his pie-designed Wilshire Boulevard monument to himself, instinctually decides the fate of those in pursuit of stardom. He is one of the most feared and loathed men in the industry. Aided and abetted by the film studios, Ovitz and powermongers like him control what is said about Hollywood and who says it. It is local lore that if you cross one of these power brokers, you can forget about a career advancement in Hollywood. The determination of the film industry to control news originated within or about itself came out into the open in the early 1930s. Editors of newspapers and fan magazines alike were told that no stories were to appear without the written permission of the studio publicity department involved. The Hayes office, as the censorship bureau, was known throughout the industry, even insisted that it stamped the back of every still photograph used by the studios for publicity purposes. Any photograph was published without having a proof for publication rubber stamped on the back. The magazine could be boycotted by the industry for both advertisement and story material. One such imprint from RKO Radio Pictures reads, "Permission is hereby granted to newspapers, magazines, and other periodicals to reproduce this photograph. This is an exclusive photograph, therefore it may not be syndicated, rented, or loaned, nor used for advertising purposes." Imprints from other studios were far more stringent, with some even containing words, "Written permission must be obtained from Miracle Pictures before this photograph can be reproduced." This control problem reached the point that newsmen with a reputation of not adhering to studio journalism rules were barred from many studios. Other writers were threatened. There's a typo there. It says others writers, but other writers were threatened, and there were even a few minor skirmishes during the very difficult days of the 1930s, when money ruled Hollywood, and Hollywood was the eighth wonder of the world. Many of the unsolved mysteries herein took place during this period. The Hollywood crackdown was started by William Patterson, an executive of Paramount Theaters in New York. In concert with George Trendle, a Paramount partner, they succeeded in having syndicated columnist Sidney Skolsky of the New York News banned from running articles in the Detroit Free Press. They also dictated that from running that unless Skolsky's column was pulled, there would be more industry advertising in the Detroit tabloid. They indicated that Alfred Lasker, president of Lord & Thomas, then the country's largest ad agency, would be asked to cooperate in pulling all L&T advertising. That meant a considerable amount for the paper, and since the dollar always rules in business, Skolsky's column was pulled. In Boston, St. Louis, and other major cities throughout the country, newspapers borrowed the pressure and ran nothing of a detrimental nature to Hollywood, specifically Skolsky's nationally syndicated column. The irony of it all is that the column in question was so innocuous that condemning its contents defied common sense. If the actions taken by the studios had not had such a far-reaching effect, the material in the column would never have been given a second thought. But the powers at Paramount decreed that the following statements by Skolsky destroyed screen illusions. Although appearing as an aviator, James Cagney is afraid to look off a tall building. A pane of glass protected the baby and Sequoia from the snake. In spite of studio publicity declaring Jean Harlow sang and danced and Reckless, doubles were used. Scenes in Les Miserables between Charles Lofton and Frederick March were filmed a month apart, although they were supposedly looking at each other. A night shot in The Glass Key was made at noon, and the door scene in the background was that of Marlene Dietrich's dressing room. Paramount is having trouble adapting the stories of Dashiell Hammett. Public Hero number 1 was made quickly and at a very small cost to cash in on the G-mail and popularity of the FBI. With this type of censorship, it can be seen how easy it was for the founding fathers of the industry and the oligarchy to sweep the causes, reasons, motives, and or what have you of notorious Hollywood deaths under the rug. Douglas Churchill in the 1930s wrote a scathing article about the problems of Hollywood press for the newspaper publishing trade magazine editor and publisher. While the charges against Skolsky were unimportant, they are significant in one respect. They indicate the true frenzy to which the industry would be aroused should an attempt be made to report more serious dereliction by any Hollywood stars or industry. Most newsmen reading the article, of which mimeographed photos were widely distributed in Hollywood, knew that Churchill was hinting at murders, mayhem, maliciousness. And up to the time of that article, there had been several strange Hollywood-related murders and suicides, which had been underreported by all members of the Hollywood press corps. No charges were ever leveled at the accuracy of Skolsky's reports, but the move was viewed by the film industry as a masterstroke by Patterson. It was a way to keep the press in line and permit only what the studios wanted to report. William Pine, Paramount's chief of publicity and head of West Coast advertising, he was later rewarded with a producer's post, made certain that Skolsky's matter was well publicized by having it prominently printed in trade journals including The Hollywood Reporter, Daily Variety, and the Motion Picture Herald. The latter weekly publication, which was widely read among distributors and exhibitors. These 3 trade papers featured stories which ensured that the Hollywood press corps was well aware of the quasi-censorship being imposed upon it. In many ways, whether overground, underground, via telephone, or at lunches at the Brown Derby, the industry spearheaded by the Hayes office put out the word that would brook no interference. While the Skolsky matter was in progress, Pine told members of the press that if their newspapers and magazines persisted in printing revealing material regarded by his organization, Paramount as contrary to the studio's interest, then advertising would not only be shut off to their publications, but that the correspondent involved would have his accreditation pulled. It was out-and-out economic blackmail and total censorship. Another method the industry uses, which more or less assures a subjective press, is the time-worn practice of winning and dining the press following screenings of borderline films. These parties for the press are given with the sole intention and generally successful of softening reviews on bad pictures or inspiring extraordinary ones on good films. Another favorite move is to bring writers and reviewers face to face with producers, stars, and directors for a chat during the party following the screenings. It is only natural for a journalist to temper his remarks when discussing a bad film with its makers, especially after a few drinks and a chastened catered dinner. If the reviewer or writer treated the picture with candor and restraint, hold on, if it was a bomb, very often his words spoken at such a party were regurgitated to him. The obvious mistake was then, and still is, attending the parties, or perhaps a better term would be inquisition. But then again, didn't most film journalists get into the industry for the glamour? I don't know. But check it out, it's Bing Crosby and Marion Davies in a scene from the 1974 MGM special. That's Entertainment, from one of Crosby's earlier films in which he appeared with Davies. Oh, they look so cute. Look at them. Look at these guys. Look at you. Look at you. They're so pretty, both of them. Aww. So reporters today are considered to be in good standing on the lot only when they act as unpaid press agents for the studios. There is no tolerance toward negative press, hence the reason for so many unsolved mysteries. The press kowtows to the industry when it comes to sweeping scandals under the rug. The scandals printed in the national tabloids, by contrast, are generally tips from inside informants, picking up substantial finder's fees from the tabloids for the information. Many times, those tips come from members of the Hollywood press corps, afraid to use the material themselves because of the threat of losing their accreditation. This lengthy preamble has been necessary in order for the reader to understand how Hollywood operates. It also serves as an illustration as to how easy it is for the oligarchy to use its powers of economic persuasion. Keep the dirt under the rugs of the Beverly Hills mansions in which it usually originates. It was in this fashion that Universal Pictures managed to keep the homosexuality of Rock Hudson under wraps for 3 decades. In fact, when the defunct Confidential magazine advised the studio that it was going to publish a story of Hudson cruising the gay bars, the studio gave the magazine the story of George Nader's homosexuality instead. It destroyed Nader's promising U.S. career, but Hudson's was saved. When Hudson died, George Nader inherited the bulk of his estate. Nader, the victim of one more vicious, underhanded double dealings in Hollywood, did go on to make several films in Italy and Spain, España. Nevertheless, the total destruction of a man's career is just one more example of how vicious members of the oligarchy can be when it comes to protecting one of its favorite box office powerhouses, who could put one more Rolls-Royce along with Ferrari in the garage. So here's Rock Hudson at the time he was saved from homosexual stigma at the expense of actor George Nader. Confidential magazine was going to claim that Hudson liked to cruise gay bars. The studio gave him a story on George Nader's homosexuality to save Hudson's career. And then George Nader, the sacrificial lamb for Rock Hudson's career. It's so amazing how beautiful these gay men are. Just look at them. They're beautiful. How beautiful they are. Why? Why are they so pretty? Hollywood has also always been envisioned by many millions of people of the world over as the epitome of glamour, money, sex, beautiful men, women, and many affluent gays, but not necessarily in that order. Hollywood has also been the backdrop for some of the most mysterious deaths, suicides, and other forms of mayhem in the annals of police files. Few of those deaths, supposed suicides or otherwise, have been solved to complete satisfaction of the Los Angeles Police Department. In many cases during the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and into the early 50s, those same police departments did the bidding of the oligarchy. The honorariums had to be earned when the LAPD was known to be corrupt, for the very least cooperative. It is our observation, after covering the Hollywood scene for more than 30 years, as our father did before us, that none of the cases herein or in our previous volume will ever have the case closed stamp printed on the files. Most of the cases and others are still open, although the chance of solving any one of them are remote indeed, particularly as most of the crime scenes had been sanitized and rigged prior to the arrival of the police. So Thomas H. Ince, one of the early pioneers of the industry and a known genius of the early cinematic art, when he was shot, who was William Randolph Hearst aiming at, Ince or Charlie Chaplin? Why was the real cause of Ince's death pulled from the Los Angeles Times after one late night edition? Carol Landis, why did she commit suicide when her career was on the wane? Was it over the dishonorable intentions of the married British cad in Roe, Rex Harrison, or over the rumors spread by the bitches of Bel Air about Carol's early days? Lupe Velez, would the shame of being an unmarried mother cause this tempestuous, beautiful, and famous Mexican-born film star, who was a devout Catholic, to commit suicide? Paul Byrne, even though it appeared to be a suicide, we have pieced together evidence that the death of Jean Harlow's husband was engineered by mobster Abner Longy Zwilman. The Chicago gangster was Harlow's lover for several years. Why did MGM mogul Louis B. Mayer attempt to remove the supposed suicide note left behind by Byrne? For some of these mysteries, we believe we have found the solutions. We believe you will agree that most of our conclusions make sense in light of the foregoing and from what follows in these pages. Over the years, there have been many strange deaths of Hollywood legends. The case files are filled with star deaths from accidental homicides, suicides with no apparent motives, as well as tales of disappearing evidence and sycophants who saw or heard nothing. I didn't see nothing, I didn't hear nothing. There are legends of distinct attorneys and others who have accepted honorariums or guarantees of large campaign contributions for a run at whatever office to which they might later aspire. Through hype, support, expert public relations, free celebrity endorsements, and cash, oligarchy has been responsible for electing 3 presidents of the United States and at least 3 governors of California, to say nothing of many congressmen and senators. Behind the scenes, it has been responsible for the appointment of innumerable judges to the right benches. These include Fitz, who was on the lake for years, starting with William Desmond Taylor, case of 1922. Is it then any wonder that the oligarchy has had the muscle, the power, and the wherewithal to accept many of the mysteries recounted herein unsolved? If that was what they wanted, you be the judge and the jury. Oh no. So here's a picture. Los Angeles Police Captain Burt Wallace, rumored to be a relative of Warner Brothers producer Hal Wallace, looking at thumbs behind the wheel of her car in the garage. To illustrate how the press was immediately misled by Wallace, he claimed her death was due to heart disease, and without the benefit of a court's opinion. Ew. And then this one is of Nick Adams in a scene from Fury at Showdown. But look at this picture. Ew. So yeah, that's heart disease? I don't think so. Here's it. Showdown. Look at you. What was the real cause of Elvis's death? Elvis performing very early in his career at the Las Vegas Hilton. It was at the Hilton that he appeared that Elvis's manager, Andre Van Poelgeck, aka the Colonel, Tom Parker, made better deals for himself than he did for Elvis. This included a year-round suite and gambling fund. He was a crazy-ass gambler, and his gambling debt actually, I believe, killed Elvis. But look at this, look at Elvis. First crush, she's so handsome. Look at you. So handsome. What was the real cause of Elvis's death? Aw, look at him. A studio portrait of Elvis while at Paramount Pictures. Paramount. Oh, look at that. Purdy purdy. 2. Elvis. The mystery lingers and deepens. You've got to accept the challenge of death, otherwise you'll live in fear of it. Elvis Aaron Presley. It's been over 13 years since the death of Elvis Presley in the bathroom of his Memphis, Tennessee mansion, Graceland. With continuing sales of his records and other licensed assets, trustees have admitted that Elvis's estate has increased many times over since his death. Why? What is the legend surrounding the continuing popularity of Elvis Presley? What was the real cause of Elvis Aaron Presley's death? Within an hour of Elvis's demise, autopsy was conducted. At its conclusion, Dr. Jerry Francisco, the county coroner, had determined that the cause was cardiac arrhythmia, a coronary disease. Natural causes. A phase generally reserved for someone in their 70s, not a man of 42. But, following the autopsy, everyone asked what had happened to the prescribed drugs Elvis had been taking. When questioned about the drugs, Francisco stated, the only drugs detected were those prescribed by Mr. Presley's personal physician for hypertension and blockage of the colon. And it's crazy because his daughter actually died from the same thing. Even though she had surgery to tighten her tummy and stuff, she died from basically colon blockage. Freaking crazy. A strange statement for a coroner to make. How could all the drugs Elvis was known to have taken even the night before his death not show up? Exactly. What the heck is going on? On his last night on Earth, only hours before his death, Elvis and his 20-year-old fiancée, Ginger Alton, had gone to the dentist at midnight. What? Her treatment at that strange hour was to avoid being mobbed by fans. Admirers from all parts of the country, in fact from throughout the world, were always on vigil outside the gates of Graceland, waiting for a glimpse of their idol. Ginger Alton had her teeth x-rayed. Elvis had a cavity filled and his teeth cleaned. By this time in his life, Elvis was a 250-pound caricature of himself. Nevertheless, to his intensely loyal fans and admirers, he would always be the key. According to Alton's account of Elvis's last night as immortal, when the two returned to Graceland, the 22-room mansion purchased when the money started to roll in, Alton and Presley discussed plans for their upcoming wedding and decided to make the announcement at Christmas. Then they went in to see Lisa Marie, Elvis's 9-year-old daughter, born to his first wife Priscilla, who had discovered Elvis in 1973. Lisa Marie was at Graceland on a visit. By this time it was 5 a.m. Next, Elvis decided he wanted to play racquetball. He and Ginger woke up, 2 visiting cousins, and the 4 of them trooped outside and played on the lighted court until 7 a.m. Obviously, because he had taken some uppers, Elvis was still not sleepy. He dressed in a pair of blue pajamas and told Ginger he was going into the bathroom to read. Alden retired to her room adjoining that of Presley and went to sleep. She did not awaken until 2 p.m. Once she was alert, Alden checked on Elvis's bedroom and noticed the bed had not been slept in. She went to the bathroom door and called his name. In an interview with the Memphis Commercial Appeal, she described what had happened. He didn't answer, so I opened his bathroom door, and that's when I saw him in there. I thought at first he might have hit his head because he had fallen, and his face was buried in the carpet. I slapped him a few times, and it was like he breathed once when I turned his head. I lifted one eyelid, and it was just blood red, but I couldn't move him. Alden said she then ran out and called Elvis's bodyguards, who obviously weren't guarding the body, and apparently had not even checked on their charge since he had answered the front door and signed for a delivery at 9:30 a.m. The two men beat on Elvis's chest and tried mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, but it was too late. He had been left too long before being discovered. The king of rock and roll was dead at the age of 42. Elvis Aaron Presley was a phenomenon without equal in the entertainment world. Ever since his first electrifying appearance on the famed Ed Sullivan Show in 1956, Elvis was acclaimed as a musical deity. His lusty blend of sexual charm and rock and roll created a musical style which has been copied ever since. Following his death, John Rockwell, music critic for the New York Times, summarized the impact Elvis had on the world. For most people, Elvis Presley was rock and roll. And they were right. Bill Haley may have made the first massive rock hit, and people such as Chuck Berry and Little Richard may have had an equally important creative impact on this raucous new American art form. But it was Elvis who defined the style and gave it an indelible image. During the time, Presley's record sales totaled more than 500 million discs. Presley's records to date have sold more than 1 billion copies in all forms. Elvis is second only to the Beatles in total sales. But as fans say, there was more to Elvis than his music. There was sex appeal. When he first appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show and on CBS television, he was photographed only from the waist up. The Standards and Practices Division of CBS had seen a rehearsal of Presley's spot and decided that America, and particularly the network, would not be allowed to see his wildly gyrating hips that mesmerized his young female followers wherever he appeared. To all his fans and to many of his detractors in the music press, Elvis had it all. With his black hair cascading over his forehead and his dark brooding eyes, he was considered ruggedly handsome. Elvis Presley won the hearts and ears of a generation as he swiveled his swiveled hips his way across concert stages of the United States to the pounding rhythms of such classic tunes as Jailhouse Rock and All Shook Up. As one early critic admitted, Elvis Presley has a sex appeal that guarantees his future success. Unlike other rock and rollers of his era, Elvis possesses, to our mind, real musical talent, which should elevate him to the top of the rock and roll heap. And so it did. Okay, guys, on that note, we are going to go to our second music break. We'll just put this little bookmark here, and we'll just pick up where we left off on this break. This has been really good so far. A lot. So, on this break, we have Miss Mia Savage, who, as I said before, is our little mini Trent Reznor. She does all the music by herself, lyrics, music, everything. She's going to be singing Not a Phase, Singing to Your Grave, and bottom line, you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
all this sudden. Give me words to bring you in. Baby, I'm home and I'm ready. Come with me and start again. I know I can't leave you all day. I don't know my love's not a face. Oh, my love is not a face. Run away with me tomorrow. Won't you, baby, take my hand? You're not feeling this for nothing. Let me help to understand. I know I can't leave you for days. I don't know where my love's not a face. This love's not a face. I know I can't leave you for days. I don't know where my love's not a face. This love's not a face. Too long to find me with you. So wrong, how you with me too. Too right, just a hollow victory. And tonight, things start to burn. I'm talking to your face. I'm saying to your face. I'll be talking to your breath. I'll be saying to your breath. It's just another game you play. Have you had enough of all the things I say? You can do it wrong, but I'll be here for you. When your love is wrong, and I feel like I'm waiting to don't make it. I'll be talking to your face. I'll be saying to your face. I'll be waiting to don't make it. I'll be talking to your face. I'll be saying to your face. I'll be talking to your face. I'll be singing to your face. I'll be waiting to this love so many. I'll be talking to your face. I'll be singing to your face. Angel on my shoulder.
Just survive. We'll kill the big guys trying to tell us that they're supposed to and let the demons run around. But it doesn't matter. Because you just survive. We can choose you in round one. It's all equal choice. No record, no work, no job, no saving tomorrow. Just a choice right now between fear and love. There's a choice right now between fear and love.
Won't you answer my calls? Gave you my all with the love we made together all night long. I just know what went wrong. I hold you tight, 'cause I thought I saw forever in your eyes. Was all that passion a lie? Just another fall. You fifteen and left behind. Silent and cruel. You probably do this all the time. I know better. I believe one day it's not enough. Drove by your house again today. Peeked in the window and I saw you smiling. Tell me, does he know about the way we made love on the night you met me? At Johnny's Tavern at 11:37 last Thursday. You said hello, drive me. I said yeah. Then you asked if I wanted to party. I got an 8-ball from my friend. Well, we trauma bonded in a cheap motel. We laughed, we cried, we came multiple times. The sex blew my mind. I know it's not about me fighting dry. The way I love you.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us this evening on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. So for the third hour, we are going to look into some very spooky videos. So here, let me show this to you. Snook's Top 5. Ready? Want to talk about? Like here we go.
There's something in the basement. Next Top 5 viewer Oliver reached out to me about a video he captured in his home in Twin Falls, Idaho. In his email, Oliver says that he recorded a video for his friends with plans to hold a sleepover that same night. In his video, he shows his basement and where he and his friends will be sleeping. But what happens next is literally like something from a nightmare.
Batman! Shadow bastard.
What the hell? As Oliver looks inside the bedroom, he sees a tall, dark figure standing inside the room. Startled by the creepy apparition, Oliver stumbles back before turning on the lights and taking another look. But Whatever was standing there seems to have just disappeared. What makes this footage even creepier is that when slowed down, it becomes clear that whoever or whatever this is seems to be wearing a hat. So if you don't know, across the world, countless people have reported seeing a being known as the quote, Hat Man. Although some claim to have seen the apparition while fully awake, the Hat Man is known to terrorize victims of sleep paralysis. I asked Oliver if he had ever experienced sleep paralysis in his life, and he explained that he actually did, but only when he was a child. So could Oliver have actually captured proof of the Hat Man's existence? Let me know what you think. Out of the mud. Earlier this year, the usually sunny town of Chosica, Peru suffered heavy rains and mudslides that washed through the city. The national news reported on the severe damage left behind and talked to residents who have come together to clean and rebuild the city. But there is something else in this news report that seems a bit out of place and downright creepy.
Desde el asentamiento humano Santo Domingo Comité 6, mira la escalera, ¿cómo podría bajar aquí una persona, un anciano? Los niños, ¿cómo podrían bajar? Mira.
Did you see it? While the reporter is showing the water and mud rushing down the stairs, behind her, someone or something completely covered in mud appears to follow her. The reporter doesn't notice the bizarre figure and continues up the stairs as she finishes her report. The footage goes viral, with many shocked viewers speculating the figure to be some kind of creature or monster. Either way, whoever or whatever it is seems to not be wearing any clothes, have any hair, and seems to have distorted features. Obviously, it seems like any normal person fighting through these conditions would be at severe risk of being washed away in the flood, or at the very least becoming very sick from the muddy, bacteria-filled water. So just who or what is this? Let me know what you think. Eye of the Jinn. This next creepy video was posted to TikTok without a source. Some people speculate that the original creator is none other than popular Jordanian ghost hunter Ihab Kasmia, who I've featured many times. But I've been unable to find the original video, so I can't verify. However, the short video is definitely very creepy.
Hey.
What the heck?
Gee. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. فكرت في اشي هون اخوان. ها. سمعت الصوت؟ صوت الباب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. اسمع. صوت الصراخ.
That sounds like kids playing outside or something.
اسمع.
A face can be staring through the crack of the door, and whoever is filming, they quickly run around the door, but there's no one there. Some believe the face to be that of a jinn, a shape-shifting sinister entity that seems to be toying with the explorer. Now, without the original source and video, we just don't know exactly what's going on here. Is it a jinn caught on camera, or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Freaking freaky.
We need scary videos, so if you see something that you think should be on Nukes Top 5, be sure to email us at nukestop5@gmail.com. Email link in the description. Paranormal Nightmare. Paranormal investigators and brothers Josh and Sean Foreman from the YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series are contacted by a woman named Cheryl. Cheryl believes a demon is destroying her life. In a tragic series of events, Cheryl's father passed away, and not long after, her fiance sadly took the lives of both of her children. Cheryl is now completely alone and lives in absolutely horrible conditions in a very bad neighborhood.
In 17 years, Josh and Sean say that they've never encountered a case as tragic and dangerous as this. The brothers even feel that their own personal safety could be at risk in this investigation.
Yeah, they almost
But
didn't.
nevertheless, they drive to Cheryl's home to investigate. The guys soon begin to understand exactly why Cheryl believes that she might be dealing with a demon.
I hate God.
I hate God. It said, I hate God. Why do you hate God? God is going to destroy you tonight. Where are you at right now? Are you watching us?
Worthless people.
Worthless. Who's a worthless? Come on, tell me, who's a worthless? I think you're worthless.
Possessed.
Possessed.
It's what we want.
Oh, no way.
That's crazy.
Possessed, that's what we want.
Is that what you're,
Something, turn on, go out there, go. Something, turn on out there.
is that what you want to do to Cheryl? Are you wanting to possess her? Is that what you're trying to do? Whoa, there. Something just blew on my neck. Here, you stand on here for this. Yeah, something just blew on my freaking neck.
Right there.
What was it?
Something just grabbed my hip. I did not hit anything. Like right when I walked by, something just grabbed hold of my hip.
The two brothers receive very ominous replies through their spirit box, and Josh says something grabbed his hip. Sean begins to feel a pain in his stomach and takes a break outside in the car while Josh stays behind.
Please listen.
No way. Loud bang.
This place, there was bugs all over. It's
He
creepy.
said, please listen, and then a huge freaking bang back there. Okay, that's 3 times. 3 times I've been touched.
Why?
Why are you touching me? I mean, these are not just like little touches. These are big f***ing touches.
While Josh is completely alone, he hears 2 loud bangs coming from somewhere inside Cheryl's home, after which he is touched again. After a short break, the two brothers switch places, and whatever seems to be inside Cheryl's home seems to get very angry.
Go to hell, Sean.
Holy
Sean,
kill. You. Oh,
Bitch.
bitch.
you're a you. Oh my god, I'm not going to fucking hell. You are. You're going back where you fucking came from. Holy that's where I need fucking Josh. Oh my
Yes.
god. Yeah, well, I'd say we're definitely dealing with a freaking demon.
To end their investigation, they ask Cheryl to sit in the house alone and attempt to communicate with what they now believe to be a demon. Josh and Sean sit outside in the car. What happens next scares the living out of them.
Oh, yeah.
There was a huge fucking black shadow right next to the fucking window.
You can see it.
I looked over and there was a huge black shadow right there next to the window.
Holy let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
This.
Sean
A
is.
strange, unexplained dark mass hits the car window, giving Sean the jump scare of a lifetime. And with that, the Paranormal Nightmare Brothers have had enough. They cleanse the home and leave. Since the investigation, Cheryl says that she has no longer had any paranormal or demonic trouble in her home or in her life. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Paranormal Nightmare TV series.
Check it out and subscribe. These guys are
The
awesome.
Ghostly Gift. Cassie O'Malley from Lamont, Illinois loves monkeys. So when one day she received a monkey doll as a gift, she's absolutely thrilled.
Oh man, I've seen this
That
one
is,
before.
until she opens the box.
Oh my
god, I swear to God, this thing just he looked at me. Oh my.
For a split second, the creepy monkey doll seems to look directly at Cassie.
You see it?
Oh my
It's
god, I swear to God, this thing
looking at her.
he looked at me. Oh my.
Cassie says she's tried everything to debunk what she captured on camera, but she hasn't found anything to explain it. After this recording, the doll hasn't stirred up any trouble. So for now, Cassie is keeping the creepy little monkey doll proudly on display in her home. But what would you do with a gift if it did this? Let me know down in the comments.
Send back Sharika.
Oh my god, I swear to God, this thing he looked at me. Oh my.
Dude, like
Not
his eyes were straight.
Home Alone.
You can see the white.
Now, unfortunately, like a lot of videos these days, this next video was shared to the internet without a source. The video shows a woman alone at her home, which is said to be somewhere in Mexico. The woman says that she's been experiencing disturbing, unexplained activity in her home.
Empecé a grabar porque hace unos días yo sentí que había algo. Realmente yo estoy solo ahorita.
Mira.
Pero hace rato vi en ese cuarto como que una sombra. No sé. Mira.
Sí.
Se ve algo. Ay, Dios. Yo realmente estoy solo. Vean. Está completamente solo. Solo estoy yo. Se puede meter aquí por la puerta. No, realmente estoy solo. Debajo de la cama, de hecho, el espacio es muy... Vean. Ahí se alcanzó a ver algo. Si pueden ver, yo estoy solo. No hay nada, no hay nadie. En casa. No hay nadie. De hecho, hace días yo compré este rol porque se supone que aleja toda energía negativa. Pero ya lleva varias noches pasando esto.
A shadow appears through the glass of the closed door of the woman's bedroom. But when she looks, there's no one in the room. Suddenly, the figure appears again, but this time outside of the bedroom. Again, the woman hurries out to search her home, but again, she finds nothing and no one to explain the creepy shadow. Unfortunately, without a source, we can only guess what happened to the woman and her creepy shadow visitor. So after many requests and 8 months later, Nuke's Top 5 merch is back. We've got shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got coffee mugs, we've got stuff for your dog, we've got stuff for your cat. We've got stuff you probably never even wanted to begin with. But nevertheless, we've got it. So be sure to check out the all-new merch store at nukestop5.com. Tunnel of Death. Paranormal investigator Kuro from the YouTube channel Black Story is contacted by a man named Takun about an allegedly haunted abandoned tunnel near where he lives in Wakayama Prefecture, Japan. The tunnel was constructed in the late 1800s and has become infamous for its countless suspicious deadly accidents. Witnesses driving through the tunnel have reported seeing another car with the pale apparitions of a man and woman in the front seat. These apparitions are said to haunt you for the rest of your life if you look them in the eyes. Another local ghost tale says that a woman passed away in a tragic accident in the tunnel. It is said that her spirit appears on the tunnel road, dressed all in white. Kuro meets up with Takun, and even though it's storming, they decide to investigate the tunnel together. Because of the bad storm, Takun waits in the car while Kuro explores the tunnel in search of paranormal proof. But strangely enough, it's Takun who's all alone in the car who experiences something truly bizarre.
So he didn't want to show his face, that's why he's wearing this mask.
さすがにちょっと顔映るのはまずいんで、来る途中にいいのがあったんで買ってきました。まあマスクと帽子やったら顔はわからん。
So did you hear that?
なんか、
Something.
まあマスクと帽子やったら顔はわからん。
A soft female voice can just barely be heard, and in Japanese, the voice seems to whisper, Kairu, which translates to, go home.
まあマスクと帽子やったらこうなんまあマスクと帽子やったらこうなんまあマスクと帽子やったらこうなん
Meanwhile, Kuro is all alone somewhere in the middle of the tunnel, and he too experiences something he just can't explain. Now it's audible because of the loud storm, but Kuro swears that he heard a voice and footsteps loud enough to send him running back to the car. What makes this even creepier is that Kuro did in fact catch something on camera not long before he hears the voice and footsteps. But it isn't until he's home that he realizes what he captured. And it's absolutely chilling. This is the footage.
誰もいませんか
Who is that? Did you see it? Oh no, oh hell no.
The pale, disfigured face of what looks like a woman can be seen right behind Kuro, and the investigator doesn't see or hear anything. When reviewing his own footage, Kuro wonders if he caught the spirit of a woman who passed away in an accident on camera, and whether she was the one warning them to go home. Kuro says that this is the most terrifying proof of the paranormal that he's ever captured. But what do you think happened here? Let me know down in the comments. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel Black Story. Caught live on camera.
Number 3.
Popular TikTok creator Millie George is doing her makeup one night when she decides to go live to chat to her followers. It's late at night and she's home all by herself. Her viewers spot something in the background. Shocks her to her core.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the live, so, right, 1 minute I'm doing my makeup in the mirror, like this, like literally doing nothing, and then everyone's like, oh, someone just walked in your house, someone just walked in your house, and I was like, stop winding me up, no one walked in my house, like, stop winding me up, and then I walked over to the back door.
Yeah.
I'll show you the back door now, look.
Alright.
I walked over to the back door.
Yeah.
So this is how the camera works. The camera was like this in my house. And you can see the back door there.
Yeah.
There's a reflection there. Because I have an automatic sensor when you walk out my back door that the back door light comes on.
Yeah.
Oh, just got the door again. So like, look, and you can see everything in the garden. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm locking the fucking door. Right, now I'm going to show you the CCTV footage on my phone from my fucking live.
CCTV footage?
From the live. I got it downloaded. I downloaded the live.
And what was you supposed to have seen? Someone else?
This was 5 nights ago, by the way. Yeah, no, look. Okay, so, all right.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I don't like this one.
Watching.
Right, the door opens. Wait. I'm gonna zoom in.
Oh, no way. How did your door open?
It's glass. You can see through the door. Look. There's no one there.
Joking.
There's somebody there.
Oh, this is like the Ring.
And then look, it gets worse, man. I don't know what to do. I'm actually shitting myself. Look.
See her?
Oh my God, you're joking. You're lying.
Look, there's a thing.
No, you've edited that. You have to have edited that.
How have I edited it? It's got
What's the little Chinese kid in there?
And then I then walk over. At this point, I then walk in. I walk over to the door because everyone was saying there's someone behind me, and this doesn't show on the light. It's been cut, and I'm straight outside again. So it's like the camera stopped working.
Well, why is there a Chinese ghost in your yard, bro?
Shocked by what she's seen, Millie shows her friend Tommy what was captured on her live broadcast. She shows that she was facing a wall during her live stream and didn't have eyes on the back door. The door seems to open by itself, and Millie's motion sensing backdoor light just doesn't turn on for some reason. Then, creepiest of all, a little girl who Millie has never seen before can be seen just walking through the house. Millie claims that she was home all alone that night and has no idea who or what this is. So, what do you think? Is this a real ghost caught on camera? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Ew.
Sandhaven Sanatorium.
Number 2.
In the early 1900s, the Sandhaven Sanatorium in North Dakota opened its doors as a treatment center for tuberculosis patients.
there.
In later years, the sanatorium became a mental asylum. But the Sandhaven Sanatorium soon gained a reputation for horrible mistreatment of patients. The hospital was forced to close in the 1980s. It is estimated that over 1,000 people have lost their lives inside these walls, including a 17-year-old boy who fell down an elevator shaft in 2001. In a tragically ironic twist, the boy was actually on a ghost hunt in the building at the time. The abandoned structure is falling apart and it's fairly dangerous to wander around inside. Paranormal investigator Ian from the popular YouTube channel Midwest Ghost Hunter is determined to explore the sanatorium in hopes of capturing evidence of the paranormal. It's late at night as Ian begins his investigation. Things almost immediately start to get weird.
What's that sound? Okay, those were footsteps.
Yeah, it sounds like high heels or something.
Damn it. Stairs.
High heels, Scooby-Doo.
Ian is a bit shaken up by the strange, unexplained footsteps, but he tries to keep calm as he continues to explore.
Oh, yes, come on in. Waiting for
Okay,
you.
as creepy as that was, I did feel a gust of wind when that happened, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do
Look at that. See?
Oh, there it goes.
Holy shit. Still creepy as hell.
A door creepily opens by itself, but Ian is quick to point out it was just the wind. However, then Ian starts to hear odd noises from somewhere nearby. He goes to check it out, and something happens that he simply can't explain. Something truly chilling.
Hello? Whoa, what was that?
What? Did you see that?
Dude, I
It was
think I
like
just
an
saw
old-
something.
I think you did. Yeah.
Could you appear like that again? Oh my god, dude, it is cold over here. Oh my god, I just went into that room! Dude, it just flew into here. What the?
Right through the window. Right through the window. I'm telling you. Now it looks like the door is a bit more closed when he goes up to it, but I don't know. Could be wrong.
Dude,
See, it looked
that was crazy.
Now it's more closed. What the heck?
I just saw you. Did you just go into this room?
I don't want to see the eyes. What's she
I need to
saying?
go in there now.
What crap did she say?
Dude, it literally sounded like a woman talking in here.
Dude, seriously.
That was so crazy. I heard that with my own ears. Ma'am? Do you speak again? I think I just heard you.
He's so brave. Like, don't go by yourself.
Oh my God. Okay, you really spooked me there. I did not expect that. Did you just knock on a wall? Could you knock on it again? She is communicating with me right now.
Ian is excited about what he's just captured, and he believes the spirit is trying to communicate with him. But as he continues to explore, something happens that quickly turns his excitement into pure terror.
I would be afraid already.
Hello?
I know.
Oh my God.
And then he runs towards the screen.
Oh God. Dude.
And boom, run the other way.
The investigator is shaken up by a disturbing plea for help, especially since he's near the elevator shaft where 22 years ago another ghost hunter fell to his death. But Ian is determined to capture more paranormal evidence, so he continues to explore the creepy abandoned hallways and rooms. Eventually, he decides to take some photos down one of the long hallways, and things start to get creepy.
I think I might try to take pictures down this hallway. A lot of people say they see shadow figures. Basically in all areas of this place.
Oh yeah, he gets some good evidence here.
I'm hoping to catch one in a photo.
He does not only in photo, but video as well. Pretty insane. Same freaking.
If there's anybody down this hallway, could you appear for me? What was that? It sounded like a breath. Was that you?
Dude.
I'm hearing noises all around me right now.
I think that's a victim of tuberculosis or one of the factors going on then.
Whoa, I think I got something on here. Dude, that's like a figure.
That's amazing.
Oh my God, and it's gone. Dude, I just caught something. It was by that window. Holy shit. Dude, that was crazy. I just got like a photo. Holy crap. Are you standing by this window? Holy
See,
crap.
what was that light? Oh,
So
it's the
freaking
moon.
cool.
Okay.
Could you appear again?
Can you do it? Let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Whoa, dude! I just got that on the freaking camera. Holy crap.
A disturbing white figure appears in a photo, and then Ian catches a bizarre white mist on camera in the exact same window. So did Ian capture evidence of the paranormal? Could the ghostly coughing pleas for help, and the unexplained apparitions belong to the patients that died in the sanatorium? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire investigation with even more bizarre paranormal moments over on the YouTube channel, Midwest Ghost Hunter. From above, a security camera in San Vicente, Chicoloapan, Mexico, captures something very strange in the middle of the night.
Oh man. That's ugly. Oh shit.
A strange figure seems to float down from the sky, frightening a pack of dogs as it makes its way across the parking lot, and then it almost seems to change into an odd black figure.
We see
The footage went viral, with many viewers wondering just what this bizarre shape could possibly be. Some speculated that it might be something paranormal, or possibly even something alien. But just what do you think it is?
That's freaking crazy.
Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, do it now, and then also turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. You can also follow me on the socials and just say, hi there, Nuke. Anyway, hopefully I will see you next video.
That was insane, guys. I don't know what you think, but Nuke's Top 5 is one of my favorites. I think it was my sister that introduced me to this channel, but it's quite amazing and unique. And I do believe that he's been having some family issues happening, so he hasn't been able to post as often as he used to, but he does a freaking amazing job. I actually want to try to share a part of one more. One more. Okay, let's see. So we'll do a partial of another one, and maybe we'll complete it next time, or as far as We Are Paradox Media on Spreaker goes, we'll have to end it a little early, but we can continue the video over here on YouTube and such. Man, come on. No, no, no. That's not it. Tiptoe through the tulips. Tiptoe through the tulips with me. That was awesome. I have to say that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. Let's go. LATSGO. Let's go. Oh wow. Oh, wow. Pause this. Pause. Go back over here. Oh. Oh my. Okay, share screen. It's just stuff, but I'm telling you what, this is pretty epic. I love these vids. I love these videos. Share screen. Oh, top 8 scary ghost videos to chill you to the bone. And this is the Fearsome 5.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Today we're taking a look at 8 scary videos of paranormal activity caught on camera. Number 1. TikTok user Bleak Sorrow is a paranormal enthusiast that often sets out to investigate cemeteries alone. While after doing countless investigations in these graveyards, strange things began to happen in his house. His first thought that something dark had followed him home from one of his visits to the cemetery, and now he often hears the sound of footsteps that seem to come from nowhere. And one day, just recently, he began to hear these disembodied footsteps coming from his basement, and this is what he managed to catch on video.
Okay, TikTok. So my power's out, at the moment in the basement. I swear I keep hearing someone walk. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's kind of creepy. Laundry room still has power, so that's good.
Okay.
But the rest of the basement's power is completely out, which is very strange.
It's very strange.
I'm not sure what the noise was, but I don't know. I'm alone right now, so we'll
Some of
see, I
them.
guess. Look out back.
Let's see, I guess. Gee, I guess.
No, nothing back there. I don't know. There's been a lot of strange things happening. Figures, shadows. So, I don't know. Maybe some tips, advice would help out.
Get the hell out.
I can't really see anything. There's no one in here.
Ooh,
Nice. Does this light come on? Oh, it does.
hello.
Nothing in there. I don't know.
Now you probably missed that, but as he quickly passed by the bathroom, a dark figure can be seen standing in the bathtub.
Looks like somebody's
This
standing
chilling
on the floor.
figure appeared to be staring at the wall, not moving a muscle. And just moments later, as he once again aimed the camera to the bathroom, this figure was now gone. People in the comments were quick to point this out, and soon after, Big Tara posted yet another unsettling experience.
Okay, TikTok. I'm going to show you guys this basement
Are there still brats in there?
and all the
Are there still brats?
creepy stuff that's been happening here. This is the bathroom I passed earlier, where there's a shadow figure standing, supposedly. I watched it. It's creepy. That's creepy. But anyway,
This fucking.
there's nothing in here to make a shadow stand at all in this bathtub. I have the pipes outside.
What the
Bathtub, shower, have a window right here. What was that? Okay, so here's the thing. This house has been creeping me out for the longest time already. And we haven't lived here but maybe, I don't know, 2 years. It's just, I swear to God, I don't like it.
Tell you what, dude.
I mean, if there's anyone that can
Go away.
can
Get
hear
the hell
me,
out.
I can't.
Run. Run for your life.
I don't know how to, I mean, I'm posting this directly from TikTok. I have a 2-year-old son upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You would have heard these doors open, surely. Nobody on this side. You can see my big butts. And on this side, yeah. I'm doing this pretty quickly.
Tiptoe through the tube.
Nothing in here. It's double door. I'm telling you guys. Something's up with this place.
It's time to move, dude. Get out.
We'll go. Oh, yeah.
Go away.
But something is going on, and I'm going to keep doing the paranormal investigations, but I feel like here soon they might start being at my own house, which is kind of creepy. But I'll keep you guys updated.
While showing off the bathroom from his previous video, he panned the camera to the left, revealing an eerie hand pressed against the glass. This small hand quickly pulled away, and as he darted out of the bathroom, there was no one there. He then made his way from room to room to show that he truly was the only person in the basement. But if so, then who did this creepy-ass hand belong to? Blake Sorrow continued to record the bizarre happenings in his basement, and things just continue to get weirder.
What's going on TikTok?
I love you, Twitcher. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Hearing some noises in here. Water room. Actually, this door's been moving, so it's been kind of creepy. I'm really not sure what I'm looking for. A lot of you guys
And
know
I
what I
still
have
haven't
electric down here.
found
We
what
just
I'm
had power
looking
off in
for.
this main room because it was getting remodeled. We still have the breakers going for the laundry room and for the bathroom. I'll show you guys the bathroom now. It still has water not water, electric. Has water too, hopefully. But
You
yeah,
mentioned water.
it
Just
actually
wait and
has a
see.
nice, very bright light. It actually has a light up here that also works. So that's awesome.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness that works.
Those doors. That's my pantry. That's my that's water running. What that is.
You said water how many times? There's your water.
Okay. Yeah, we're not doing that right now. We'll just leave those on. Open, I mean.
Yeah, so he's gonna leave the cupboards
The
open.
lights on, guys. It's still
Fucking creepy.
I don't know.
Creepy
I
AF.
don't know. Where anyone would be hiding. Not behind the
You
door.
still haven't found what I'm looking for.
That could be upstairs.
Your water again.
Man, I don't want to go in there again.
I'm telling you, water's on.
Gosh, you guys see if there's. Oh, God. Nope, that is the water. That is the water. Oh, that's not good. There's absolutely
Not good at all. Your water
nobody
bill's
in
gonna be
here.
pretty high.
So I oh man, I don't want to move. It's freaky. I mean, I'm practically shaking, guys.
I would be too.
It's just okay. And of course, some of the cabinets are closed yet again.
Yeah, he left them open. Now they're closed.
No.
Make up your damn mind.
About to,
What are you looking for?
hold on. Hold on a second. No, okay, those have shelves. Wait a minute. No, there's absolutely nobody in here at all.
And there's the other one that's like, I'm like, I wish he would have opened that other one. That's just like this one, but across the way. Never did. He opens everything else, but he didn't open that one.
This up at all.
Does he have a code? I don't know.
The light is now off in the bathroom.
See, and you could have done
Clearly,
that on his
from
way
the
out.
things
I don't
happening in
know.
his basement, something seems to be desperately trying to get his attention.
I'll tell you what.
Number 2.
What?
The man behind the WinMC Picks TikTok account is someone we've seen on this channel before.
Gonna have to do my outro for Spreaker. You guys ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm so grateful that you joined me for story time with me, TessaTNT, and for hanging out with me to watch these creepy ass videos. Next weekend, we have Psychic Chris Garcia. And before, you gotta freaking check it out because he is freaking amazing. He does readings online. He's got these oracle cards. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. I'll check him out. The number is 210-974-3470. If you have any questions for Psychic Chris Garcia, get a hold of him there. Thank you to all of our friends on We Are Paradox Media's Facebook, KPNL Radio, Twitter, Spreaker, Twitch, iHeartRadio, and wherever else you may be listening beyond the Omniverse tonight. Had a wonderful time hanging out with you. And I can't wait to do it again next time. Like I said, next weekend we have Psychic Chris Garcia, and then once again, story time with me, TessaTNT. Don't forget, you guys, we're all in this together. Together, we can make the world a little better. And together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there is no us. Until next time, nighty-night, love and light. Take care of my yous. Please don't work too hard, and don't take life too seriously. Just flick. Just a little flick on your shoulder. Just let it go. Like water off a duck's back, and keep on moving. Night-night, love and light. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll see you later. Alright, so let's continue with our video, shall we? Ooh, wee T-shade. Here we go.
Or, after he began documenting the extreme haunting in his home in 2020, things have only seemed to escalate since. Recently, while home alone, he began to feel a presence while playing video games, and these are the events that followed.
Something is watching me. If you haven't
Sees it
seen
in his
more about
profile.
it, I'm playing only up in my office. Something keeps passing by this window. I just propped up the phone here and I'm gonna play.
See? Then why is it in the window and not in the doorway? I don't get it.
If you walk by my office, I want you to knock it off. Holy. Is that you making all that noise back there? This thing's always closing doors. You need to get out. Will you knock it off, please?
Oh, Adrian!
You gotta get out.
How's it going, brother?
You're gonna lock yourself in the laundry room again? You're not leaving? You're not.
As he was focused on his game, a dark figure crept by the door. He immediately noticed this out of the corner of his eye and bravely went to investigate. But as he confronted this entity, things in his house began to move. He demanded this figure to leave his home, only for it to appear once again, seeming to ominously stare directly at him. And this bone-shaped figure looked to be taunting him as it slowly closed the door. Besides the haunting in his own home, Wynn was recently invited to visit a supposedly haunted restaurant. The building is currently undergoing renovations, and ever since construction began, paranormal activity has seemed to intensify.
Renovations. Oh, he's walking really fast. He's on mission. What the hell? Did you see it? I saw it. I saw a little shadow. That's what's up. What?
Oh, wow.
We gotta do an investigation together. I'm telling you, we got to that.
Oh, yeah.
Got all kinds of tools. Let's do something. Seriously. I'm like chomping at the bit. Ready to go. Did you see it? Holy shnikes. Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh.
See? It's like trying to hide and shit. Like, what the fuck is that? It looks like a little kid ghost, or it could be an adult like crouching down, but it looks like a little fucking kid ghost. I don't know what happened to him. Why he's there? Did he choke on hot dogs or something? Like what? Why the fuck is he there?
As he made his way upstairs, an eerie shadow can be seen lurking in the corner of the upper room. This shadowy silhouette even seemed to back up in an attempt to go unseen. And as he passed through the doorway into the room, this figure was nowhere to be found. Now, whether these videos are genuine or staged, I'll leave that up to you to decide.
And then it tries to hide.
Number 3.
Over
on the old child TikTok account, a woman named Marsha posted a video that she believes to be proof of the afterlife. On August 6th, as she was driving home, she pulled up to find caution tape and police blocking her road. After talking to neighbors, she discovered there had been a fatal accident involving a motorcycle. Later that night, she decided to check her ring camera footage when she noticed what she believes to be the spirit of the person that died in the accident.
Holy crap.
Across the street, a dark, transparent figure can be seen walking from left to right. This eerie figure completely vanished, then reappeared further down the road.
Oh,
Because of its
shit.
dark, misty appearance and
I was
ability
wondering
to
where it went.
disappear, Marcia
I
certain
saw it
that this
against the fence,
person
and I
walking
didn't
was
see it
no
in the
longer
driveway.
alive.
Oh,
Number 4.
damn. Number
The
4.
Banger Hotel in San Antonio is sometimes referred to as the most haunted hotel in Texas. Opened in 1859, the hotel was just as breathtaking on the inside as it was on the outside. During the Civil War, the hotel was closed to the public and instead used as a makeshift hospital for those who were sick or wounded. Throughout this time, many people passed away within the walls of the Manger. Fast forward to 2019, and YouTube user TessaTNT was staying in the hotel with her family. They walked around inside, filming the beautiful interior, when they unknowingly caught something bizarre.
Dude, if this is the same place, I think it used to be a club back in the day. And actually caught on fire and burnt a lot of people. I don't know if this is the same place, though. It looks... Oh! You see it? Right there. Right there, right there.
As they float upwards, a dark figure can be seen peering over the railing. It soon pulled back out of view, going completely unnoticed by the person with the camera. This bizarre being seemed to be watching their every move. But was it a ghost from the hotel's past, or just a very strange-looking guest?
Yeah.
Number 5.
Has a pointed head.
Back in 2016, a man from Russia behind the Treaty YouTube channel posted a video that's left viewers creeped out ever since. While walking through the woods alone, he thought he caught a glimpse of something strange in a hole in the ground. He began recording as he walked over to take a closer look. But what he discovered inside sent him running in fear.
Oh shit, I've seen this one before. Fuck that.
As he peered down into the hole,
Run,
a
bitch, run.
ghostly face with glowing eyes stared back up at him. This chilling face looked to belong to a strange figure that was peering under the surface. The man behind the camera had no idea who or what he just stumbled upon, but he definitely made the right choice by immediately fleeing the scene. As far as what he caught on camera, I'll leave that up to you to decide. Number 6. For the last few months, the man behind the Foul Mitten Outdoors TikTok account has been dealing with something dark lurking around his home. Situated in the woods, his house is secluded and surrounded by trees on every side. And he eventually discovered that something unsettling was prowling these woods at night and keeping an eye on him and his family. He's done his best to document these chilling encounters, and just recently he came face to face with his creature again.
Hey, Jeff, what the hell?
So this freaking thing, it's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now.
From the gifting rock.
I don't know.
Is that a Bigfoot or something else?
But it followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now.
Oh no! Where's the shotgun? Where's the live reaction?
A petrifying pair of glowing eyes stood out from the darkness of the woods around them. These eyes intently stared directly at the man recording, making its presence clear as day. After dealing with this creature for some time now, this man doesn't seem to have much of a reaction. I, on the other hand, would have shat my pants. Number 7. While home alone, YouTube user Freeze Dave Ram was practicing playing his keyboard. But as the sound of his music echoed through the house, something else caught his attention. He could have sworn he heard movement coming from somewhere in the house, and these are the terrifying events that followed.
Some Breeze music. Oh, Jason. What's happening? Adrian! Oh, did you see that? He doesn't even see it. Did you see that figure in the corner? I saw it. Oh, hell no. Oh, E.T. Shane. Exit stage left, stage right even. Let's get the hell out of here.
Hello?
Hola, ¿cómo está? Look at that mess. You messed up my bongo? Come on, man. I think it's still there. Nope, that's just a window. But it was out there. I saw it. Did you hear that? See? It's still there! Let's see it. Holy shit. Just go away. Go to your friend's house. Go somewhere. Get the hell out.
After leaving his room to investigate a noise, he returned to find the room a mess with things scattered across the floor. The sound of voices then began blaring from another room, and as he crept closer, he discovered a TV was now on, but oddly only showing static. Now in full panic, he walked through the house before witnessing the door slam on its own. The video then abruptly ended with no further information on the situation.
Wow.
And with this being the only video ever uploaded to this channel, it seems a bit more credible and likely to be genuine. But as always, I'll leave that up to you to decide.
Well, thanks.
Number 8. Paranormal investigator Ian from the Midwest Ghost Hunter YouTube channel set out
Oh shit, did we just see this video? We did. We just saw this on the last one.
Sanatorium of Death. This facility was built in 1909 and served as a tuberculosis hospital and later as a mental asylum. The death toll at the sanatorium is estimated to be in the thousands, leaving a dark presence inside.
Fast forward through this
At
because
nightfall, Ian cautiously entered the building, eagerly looking
Misty apparition.
close to Ian. Then moments later, this misty apparition was captured in a photo, and as he asked the spirit to appear again, it did exactly that. He continued on further through the decaying building, and soon had yet another chilling
Love you, Adrian.
experience.
Yeah, bro. Seriously, we gotta meet up. We gotta do something. Gotta go looking for Bigfoot or SWS, you know. Yeah. Gotta go with SWS, Bigfoot, UFOs.
Okay, those were footsteps. Damn, stairs.
Yeah, let's go upstairs. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's really depends.
Walking down this hallway.
Like I said, like water off the duck's back. Just gotta keep on.
Did you just walk down this hallway?
Waddle, waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle, waddle.
No freaking way.
Yeah, we saw that. Can I help you? Ooh. Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I could use your help.
Can I help?
Could you walk up to me? Oh my freaking
She's
God.
laughing
That
her
was the
head.
freaking creepiest thing I've ever heard.
Not said it's back, but it could be water. Oh shit. I just put my finger in the pen.
After hearing
Water off the
footsteps and
top.
venturing
No,
upstairs,
it's water off the
Ian
bed.
could clearly
Water,
hear
water,
a
water.
female's voice. With his hair-raising laugh,
You're so
only made
dead.
him want to
Why?
investigate
Why are
further.
you so
While
dead?
on the third floor, something unsettling appeared.
Is there somebody in this building that opened this door?
Did you try to call me yesterday too? Was it yesterday or the day?
Make a sound if you did.
You're my brother, but going crossbones. Goonies. Goonies never die.
Did you knock on this door? Thank you.
Heard that.
If you just knocked on this door, could you knock on it again?
No, I didn't say hog. I said duck, but you know, I'm from Arkansas, so it could be a razorback, but it's kind of the same as a duck. You roll in the mud and do other things. So.
Whoa. Dude, look. Nothing.
That was
There's nothing.
Call.
What the? Dude, somebody just passed by that.
What? Oh, that was a butt call. Okay, so your butt missed me. I was calling you. I get it. I said
After this encounter, he had exited the building with his sights set on exploring the death tunnels, where deceased patients were transported to the crematorium. But little did he know what he was about to hear.
I hear that they call this the death tunnel. Why do they call it the death tunnel?
You should die there! Ian, go away. Don't go in there. Don't do it. Ian, run away!
What is that? Oh my god.
My butt wanted to talk.
I keep hearing strange noises down here.
And someone else like, oh, fuck you.
What is that?
Talk to your ass. It's all good. I get it. I understand. I understand completely.
Okay. That was a moan. It's all in your head.
Motherfucker, I'm down. Oh, hell.
That sounds like something being like wheeled down this tunnel. And I was just talking about that.
Will to do evil?
It literally sounds
Wheel
like
down the tunnel or will to do evil?
Going down the tunnel. I wonder what that is.
I see what you're saying. It's all good. What do you got? I can hear the judge.
Let's get it closer. Okay.
You got a new request from me, like even though I got all this information from you before, like it just came
too dangerous.
I'm sorry. But our friend that went missing and
the ghostly sound of journey seemed to get closer the deeper he went into the tunnels. This terrifying sound was the final straw as Ian decided to get out of there. But the next stop of this investigation
seriously, that's what it took, Ian, for you to leave? Fucking serious, dude. I would have left you before that. Oh my god, he's still going. Ian, come on. Stop it. Just stop it.
Oh,
get the fuck out.
Dude. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I swear to God, I saw something peek out of that fucking room over there.
I'm telling you, dude, get the fuck out. Yeah.
Holy shit, that was definitely not my eyes playing something this time. I saw that vivid.
Look, he's all shaken. I would be too. Like, I would be the fuck out. Ian, leave. Leave now. Come on,
it's freezing in here.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where they kept your body? Oh, holy shit! Oh!
What just happened? Oh, now he's moving. What the fuck just happened?
I'm done.
Oh, seriously, what the fucking happened?
Hell no.
I want to see it.
Dude, I think just right against me. Dude, I felt it. I felt it run through me.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's like walking towards him. Do you see it? It looks like a shadow in front of the IR light, but it's a shadow running towards him.
Despite having a bone-chilling face-to-face encounter with a shadow figure, Ian and his balls of steel decide to continue exploring. The last stop
telling you, he does have
started
balls,
building
so
on a
because
property
holy shit,
said to have
dude.
a dark demonic energy inside.
I ain't scared of you. Nothing you do will scare me out of here.
Except for that.
That's all you can do, then I guess I'm gonna be here
Seriously.
for the rest of the night.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Holy shit.
What?
Go in this room right here. Oh god. Oh god. Hello? All right, I'm out. I'm out.
Leave
The
him.
intense activity
I'm telling you,
inside
dude.
was enough to send Ian running, finally calling it a night.
Finally.
With the evidence he caught, there's no doubt in my mind that the Sandhaven Sanatorium is plagued by something dark. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to hear more from your boy. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this.
Here's some. Oh, is that it? Well, I don't know about you, but that was creepy AF. It gave me the chicken skins. I don't know if you can see it, but my hair is all raised up. But like I said, Adrian, we gotta go UFO hunting or Bigfoot hunting or SW hunting. I'm not gonna say the full word, because if I say the full word, it might appear in my house. Just like that, man. Motherfucker.
Something to show you.
Oh, Lily has something to show me. Come here.
Not that, you.
Well, but I'm on the air right now, so. Anyways, good night, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Adrian, I shall talk to you soon. If you don't mind, I might call you here in just a little bit, but night night, live and light, you guys. Like I said before, the world is a bit crazy. And don't forget, we are all in this together. Together, we can make the world a little better. And together, my friends, we can conquer the world. No matter what the crap. But anyways, yeah, talk to you soon. See you next weekend. Like I said, next weekend we got Chris Garcia. Then we have me with Story Time with me, TessaTNT.
Volume.
What? Bye, man. Goodbye.
All right, Mom.
Love you.
No, let me close the door. Like, open it.